Hey, Aries. Hello and welcome to Zero's Journey. I'm Madeline, if we haven't met before. And if you followed me here from elsewhere, welcome. I am very excited to see what's in store for you in the month of June, to dive deep. So let's get into your energy, Aries, and let's talk about it. Let's see where you are, what you need to know about where you've been, to move the best, most joyfully, and most gracefully toward where you're going. So Spirit, what do you want to let Aries know this month, the month of June? June 2021, Spirit, what's in store for Aries? What do they need to know for their highest good? Greatest sense of joy, love, liberation, truth for their highest good, Spirit. What does Aries need to know? Month of June. What's the story? What are the themes? What does it benefit them to know? Ooh, just got to peek at one of your cards by accident. It's a good one. Nice summery energy. Come on, Spirit. What do you got for Aries this month? Aries in the month of June. What's the story of June? And how can Aries best walk in their role? Aries. Sun, moon, rising, and dominant folks. What do they need to know? Okay, I'm hearing two more. You get it, Spirit. Okay, you got a bonus card. Okay, Spirit. Let's go. Ooh, you've got some of your own mysteries to sort through this month, Aries. When you do that, damn, you're gonna build something great. And whenever you get into your own stuff, when we dredge, wow. Okay, when we dredge, we dare ourselves to find the truth. And when we find the truth, we dare ourselves to act upon it. And that's what Spirit is saying. This month is going to be first a month of inventory, and then, much in the Aries fashion, once you've taken the inventory, it's on to the action. So let's come to the center of your reading. Hey, what did Heart say? In June, we played inside the months of moon. So here's the center of your reading, Aries. Bathing in the mystery is the phrase that Spirit just used, and it is crossed by the Hermit. Look within. There's all kinds of influences in the world and all kinds of people and interesting sources and resources. And there are some helpful allies out here for you. Really important ones. But I feel that first you need to be with you. First and foremost. Prioritize yourself and your own knowledge. The moon represents our memories, mysteries, and specifically what Spirit is talking about is your programming. So the unconscious and subconscious messages and meanings that you have, that you've drawn from the way you were raised, the school that you attended, the people that you befriended, your society, etc. There's a little bit of how much of this is conscious and chosen, and how much of this is stuff that if I really thought about it and took that inventory as Spirit was putting it, I would throw it away. Like, I don't need to carry this belief about the way my body looks, or I don't need to carry this demand that my parents had of me, because now in my adulthood I've decided I don't need to be an astronaut, or I don't, and that's funny, but that's what Spirit is saying. So it feels like for some of you, there's a little bit of a conscious letting go of old ways of being now. This is a very intense reading, Aries. I don't expect anything less for an Aries, but let's look. Here's what's in the hidden position. What's going on inside of you. What might be unseen. My cat is making trouble in the background. I can talk. Appropriate with the Devil card. The Devil is about addiction. The Devil is about old habits. The Devil is about, again, that unconscious programming. So when we have the Devil and the Moon together, it's like how much of what I do is because I'm hooked up into, I really want to get this need met, and this is the only way that I was taught how to get it met. So just as an example, Spirit's talking about, like, if you were raised in such a way that you were not allowed to make explicit your needs, then you might find yourself doing things in kind of maybe a passive aggressive way, or a way where other people don't really understand what it is that you need, and therefore maybe you don't get it. And Spirit just wants you to know that if there's something going on this month, right, where you feel disappointed or you feel separate, isolated, the Hermit card, in any way, Spirit wants you to know that it's so that you can experience more of yourself. Do not integrate or like digest that you're alone because people suck or because you suck or whatever. Spirit is like, you need to be thinking about why you do what you do, and whether you do what you do still serves you. There's some small and Spirit just said small but mighty changes to be made. So it's like doing these, let's talk about it. Crowning your reading, 3 of Pentacles. Making these small but dedicated moves to change your life, to grow, to progress is what Spirit is talking about. And with Knight of Pentacles and 3 of Pentacles, this could definitely be around career, around money, around a skill that you were trying to build, around reaching a milestone. For some of you, Spirit is talking about wanting to stand on your own 2 feet and really needing to sort through your belief system. Really like deciding if you're ready to break through that custom built glass ceiling. And I think you're feeling quite impatient and quite maybe more than ready to bust through that personal glass ceiling. The Knight of Swords is fast action, honest message, maybe even a little bit abrupt. And you know, Aries, you can be famous for being bold and being like blunt, and that's that Knight of Swords energy. Now, I get the sense that in some ways it feels like Spirit is almost trying to cut you off from certain options because they're not good for you. So it's like you try to contact this person, they don't answer or don't respond. Or I'm trying to squeeze blood from a stone. I'm trying to get this emotion or this reaction from this person, and it is just not happening. And I feel that some of you choose to cut something off, to end something, to jump ship is actually the phrase that Spirit just used for some of you. And I feel that this is, even if it does, this is what Spirit is saying, is like you reach a tipping point. So it's not like it happens all of a sudden, but it might feel sudden to the person that it happens to, where it's like you've been doing this kind of like internal sussing out. Like, let's not even get into how sus totally applies to the devil. You're sussing out what's going on within you and like, you know what? I've been people pleasing or whatever. And then you change your behavior because finally you arrive at this tipping point where it's like enough data, enough information, enough messages, enough synchronicities come in where it's like, oh, this is happening. Like I'm going through this same sort of cycle, even though it's with a different person or in a different job or in a different place, but I'm going through the exact same pattern. Why is that? How am I participating and contributing? Not to blame yourself and certainly not to shame yourself. That's the last thing you want to do with the devil. So if you're addicted to a certain thing or a certain person or a certain habit, you're not meant to feel guilty and bad about it. You're meant to uncover why it's there. The problem is not the drinking or the overeating or whatever it might be. The problem, that's the symptom. That's the coping mechanism. What is it that you've been trying to cope with or dismiss or ignore or cover up? You know what I'm saying? Stuffing is what Spirit is saying. So for those of you for whom that resonates, Spirit wants you to know that you are loved and there is no shame, there is no blame. This isn't about saying you are you're bad for having those things. It's not about handing you blame. It's about giving you back your power and your responsibility and saying, do I agree to this? So the Hermit is about going into your internal contracts and realizing where there's been fine print that you did not realize that you had agreed to. So Spirit's like, read the fine print. And if you don't agree to it, then you need to break that contract with yourself first. With yourself, the most. So yes, that might apply to certain, again, you stop people pleasing and that alters your relationships with other people. If you don't agree to it, don't agree to it. And if you do agree to it, understand why you agree to it and make peace. You know what I'm saying? If you're not done people pleasing, that's totally okay. No one is blaming you, no one is shaming or judging you, but you do want to recognize that you're doing it so that you know exactly what you're walking into. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I'm people pleasing. I'm choosing to people please right now. Okay, I'm going to do that. Fine. The more that we're aware of why we're doing what we're doing, oh, right, I'm trying to get this need met, and this is how it was modeled to me to get my needs met as a child or growing up or etc., right? Now, I keep saying this. I feel that Spirit is trying to give you this, and not that Aries needs a lot of this, but I guess in June you do, giving you the impetus and the courage to stand on your own 2 feet. Not to the exclusion of other people. As a matter of fact, you've got a really nice card here for partnership and potential love blossoming or just continuing to bloom in your life. But it feels like there are certain ties that you have that feel inauthentic. That's the word that I really want to use. That's the word I'm getting from Spirit, is like, if you look within, you're trying to make certain things work that don't work, and it's okay to let those things die a quiet, natural death. Let's talk about it. Looking into the future, we're going to talk about it, Aries. Please don't worry. 3 of Swords and clarified by death. So 3 of Swords itself is an indication of cutting something off, or feeling cut off by someone, feeling isolated, or even choosing to isolate yourself. And the Death card, I want to emphasize, the Death card is not the Tower. It's not like, oops, a shock and surprise. It's more of a, oh, okay, I kind of saw that this thing was coming to an end, and I'm going to go ahead and shut the door. I'm going to choose to go ahead and give it, it's Viking funeral, and pay my respects, do whatever mourning I need to do, but I'm going to go ahead and shut the door on this, because it's like Spirit is saying, I kind of keep breaking my own heart. I kind of keep breaking my own heart, walking into this situation or this pattern, or expecting something different when I'm doing the same thing with the same person. It's letting go. And I want to say this, Aries, no one is pushing you out the door. You do what you want to do. And if this doesn't resonate, please trust yourself above everybody and anybody, all right? But if this does resonate, please don't feel guilty. Don't feel guilty about changing and improving your life. And this is what Spirit said, is some people are just not going to stick around when you grow. Like, part of the cost of growing is that we sometimes outgrow people, or we outgrow habits that connected us to people. And that's some of what Spirit is saying. You're kind of growing into a new community, more befitting of your current evolution. And I feel like there are some people that Spirit wants you to meet in this kind of level up. Let's talk about it. The energy around you, energy available to you. 7 of Cups, so many options, so many dreams, so many potential, so many things that you could reach out and grab if you choose to. But which do you want, Aries? Do you feel clear? Do you feel clear-headed about what you want? I kind of feel, again, that Hermit card, the Moon card, there's a little bit of needing to sort out what really makes you feel good and what is just like old habits die hard. You feel me? So you've got all these options available, all these dreams, and there's a little bit of needing to focus, needing to narrow down the potential. 2 of Cups, someone special, someone who you really get along with, somebody who there's mutual admiration and respect and fun, someone that you could partner with something on, or potentially this is romantic. And for a lot of you, I do feel this is romantic. And here's what Spirit is saying, and I love this, and this is timeless wisdom, and it's true as hell, is the more you know and love yourself, the more you are able to know and love another human being and to be known and loved by them. It just makes sense, right? That if we feel ashamed of certain parts of ourselves or our life or characteristics, and we, you know, kind of go out of our way to hide them because we're ashamed, or we go out of our way to maybe try to sublimate them, like, oh no, I can't tell this person that I'm kinky, or that I want this thing that is maybe not what everybody else in the world is asking for, or whatever. Oh no, I better keep that to myself. I better keep, you know, it's a secret. It's a secret. It's a dirty little secret. Spirit doesn't want any dirty little secrets for you, okay? Spirit wants you to know yourself and where you're coming from and why you do the behaviors that you do, so that you can be, whether this is romantic or whether this is a friend or even like a business or creative partner, the deeper you can go with you, the deeper you can go with this other person. The less ashamed you are of the way that you are, the more of yourself you can be. And the more yourself you can be with another human being. So if some of you are looking for, you know, like, hey, things are starting to shift in the United States. It's 2021, we're halfway there. People are getting vaccinated. Maybe you're starting to want to date, or you're wanting to start to go out and just meet people in a friendly sense. There's lots of connections and potentials available, and you are going to make the best choice when you are coming from a place where you know yourself, your needs, your values, and you're not willing to compromise except on the stuff that you know you're down to compromise on. Again, I don't feel like I have to belabor the point with an Aries, who normally, if you know what you want or what you don't want, then you're pretty good at sticking to it. But I'm just saying, Spirit wouldn't be bringing it through if it weren't a possibility that there's maybe a nudge to sacrifice yourself for your own needs to make something work or keep something going that just feels like it's ready to drop. It just feels like it's ready to shed, you know? Death is like the harvest. It's like the fall time. The leaves fall off the tree will live, but it does change its clothes. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of harvest time, the key and conclusion to your whole reading, 9 of Pentacles. The only card in the deck for the successfully self-employed person, the independent one, the one who goes out, brings home the bacon, fries it up in the pan, plates it beautifully, and gets to eat and enjoy the fruits of their own labor. So, number 9, at the end of your reading, matches number 9 at the beginning of your reading, the Hermit. Appreciating yourself, valuing yourself, recognizing yourself and what you do and don't bring to the table, what you want to bring more of to the table, what you want to bring less of, which of your behaviors you're down for and you co-sign, and which, as Spirit said earlier, you may have signed a contract without even knowing the fine print, and now you need to break that contract and rewrite it. It's Mercury retrograde. This is the right time to be revisiting, reorienting, rewriting, re-signing, okay? Well, actually, let's save the signing till after retrograde. But you feel me. It's time to sort through and choose what is working for you and what is not in a very conscious way, especially when it comes to the way that you value yourself and the way you do or do not allow yourself to be known and valued by other humans. That was real deep for a first reading on the new channel, Aries. But I truly hope that it is helpful, that it is affirming. I feel like you're coming into a stage where it's coming into your own. It's leveling up. It's shining. And you know, Spirit just said, and I know we're a little ways off, right, from Leo season, but Spirit's bringing up Leo season. It's going to be Gemini season, right? That's where we are now. Then we're going to enter Cancer. Then we're going to enter Leo. Some of y'all are preparing to do something during Leo season. So something to keep at the top of mind. End of July and August, a couple months from now, might be doing like, wow, this is interesting. Spirit just said like a couch to 5K thing, where it's like, I want to be at this place in 6 to 8 weeks. So where do you want to be in 6 to 8 weeks? Start revisiting, reorienting, realigning. I hope that makes sense, Aries, and I really hope that this is helpful for you. Thank you for being here. It's a pleasure to have you on the very first video on the new channel. Yay! And if you want to get more of this, I've put some links in the description. I've got a Patreon if you want to join and get daily readings and things like that. We've also got a Discord. It's available public and private rooms. Lots of cool stuff to talk about, tarot, astrology, everyday things, what we get salty about, lots of stuff. So that is free. It is in the description. And if you come by, be sure to say hi. All right, Aries, wishing you a wonderful month. And if I don't see you in next week's video every Sunday, then I will see you in next month's reading. Bye-bye.